Hello everyone, myself Vinay Mishra, the faculty of Mechanical Engineering Department of Amalika Institute of Management and Technology, affiliated to AKTU. Today we are going to have a discussion for the subject thermodynamics of BTech third semester Mechanical Engineering branch from AKTU syllabus. Today basically I am going to have a discussion for the Joule-Thomson coefficient. In the previous lectures, we have talked about the first law of thermodynamics, the second law of thermodynamics, the concept of entropy, the concept of available energy and the concept of unavailable energy. Now, today I am going to have a discussion for basically real gases, ideal gases and their behavior. In the previous lectures, we have also talked about the concept of unavailability, availability, about Helmont function, about Gibbs function. So, let us start our session for the Joule-Thomson coefficient. See, basically if we talk about Joule-Thomson coefficient, about its expression or we can say the definition, it is something, it shows the variation of temperature with respect to the pressure during throttling process or constant enthalpy process. See, basically the Joule-Thomson coefficient says that how the variation of temperature is there, how the variation of temperature is there with respect to the pressure for the throttling process or we can say for constant enthalpy process. See, basically we are having ideal gas, and the second we are having real gas. If we talk about ideal gas, that and if we talk about real gas, we see the behavior of ideal gas is somewhat different as we compare the behavior of the real gas. Sometimes the ideal gas behave in different way under the action of throttling process, under the action of change in pressure, and if we talk about the real gas, it behave in some another manner. If we talk about the ideal gas, then we see that the change in pressure occurs for the throttling process. Today especially I am going to discuss Joule-Thomson coefficient for throttling process, means this Joule-Thomson coefficient is basically dealing with the throttling process or constant enthalpy process. So, today I am going to have a discussion for basically throttling process or constant enthalpy process. So, if we talk about the ideal gas, its behavior, see, in case of ideal gas, the enthalpy of ideal gas only depend on temperature. That means we can say that for ideal gas, enthalpy only depend on its only, that is the main statement, or we can say that for ideal gas the enthalpy only depend on its temperature, means if the temperature changes, if the temperature changes, we can say the enthalpy also changes, or if the enthalpy changes, the temperature will also changes. That is the behavior of ideal gas. But if we talk about constant enthalpy process, about isenthalpic process, about throttling process, that in that condition we see that in throttling process the enthalpy of the gas remain constant. That is why it is also known as isenthalpic process. And for isenthalpic process, as we know that enthalpy of a gas enthalpy remain constant. If enthalpy remain constant, in that condition we can say that for ideal gas the temperature will also remain constant. That means, if enthalpy remain constant, temperature will also remain constant. If enthalpy changes, temperature will also changes. So, we can simply say that the ideal gas behave in such a way for throttling process that temperature remain constant. That means, neither ideal gas heated nor cooled when it undergoes the process like throttling. I am repeating, the temperature of ideal gas remain constant in the sense it neither get heated nor get cooled when the process take place like throttling, because in throttling process enthalpy remain constant, and if enthalpy remain constant, temperature remain constant, and we can say that, or we can say this is happening just because of the reason that enthalpy is only the function of temperature only. Enthalpy is only the function of temperature if we talk about ideal gas. This is all about ideal gas. We see that how ideal gas behave under throttling process. Now, if we talk about real gas for the throttling process, we see that the behavior of this real gas is somewhere different as compared to the ideal one. It does not show the same behavior as ideal gas shows. That means, the kind of temperature change is there. The kind of temperature change is there when there is a enthalpy, when there is a throttling process. For throttling process, enthalpy remain constant, but temperature changes for this real gas. So, we can say the behavior of real gas is different from ideal gas when it undergoes throttling process or constant enthalpy process, and as we know that in case of throttling process the pressure change take place, enthalpy remain constant, it is okay, but pressure change take place, and due to that change in pressure we see that there is a change in temperature. So, that behavior, that variation of temperature with respect to pressure for the constant enthalpy process, that is for throttling process, we are going to have a study for that variation, and that variation is being represented through this Joule-Thomson coefficient. Okay. Now, for ideal gas, we see that throttling process, even if the pressure changes take place, even if the pressure changes take place, temperature is not going to change for specifically for throttling process. Okay. So, we can say that for ideal gas, even though the pressure changes, enthalpy remain constant, but the temperature remain constant for constant enthalpy process for this ideal gas. Now, about behavior of this real gas, it can be represented on a graph. From that graph, we can find out the value of Joule-Thomson coefficient. In this way, we can find out the value of Joule-Thomson coefficient for the given process. Now, about throttling process. See what exactly is happening over here. We are having some fluid at a pressure of P1, some fluid is there at a pressure of P1, some fluid is there, some gases, some fluid we can say is there at a pressure of P2, okay. And this is wall, this is a small opening, porous we can say, this is a small opening of very less diameter, so that it can, this side air can easily pass to this side from the small opening, from the small restriction. Okay. If this kind of arrangement is there, then how throttling process proceeds? We are going to have a discussion for that. See, we are having the gas, we are having the fluid at a pressure, high pressure P1 over here at input, we can say this is input. This is output. After throttling process, the properties of gases what we are getting at outside, that is in terms of pressure and temperature, we say simply that it pressure becomes P2 after throttling process when it was P1 earlier. In this way we can say that P2 is the outlet pressure, P1 is the inlet pressure, P1 is greater than P2, P1 is greater than P2, this one is inlet and this one is outlet. Simply this is fluid. Now, what happened? What exactly how throttling process take place? We are simply going to open this small opening from 0 to some diameter, we can say some opening from 0. If it is totally attached to this one, then no interaction between these 2 points take place in terms of the flow of gas, or we can say in terms of the flow of fluid. But for a small opening, if we simply move this wall upward upside for a small distance, then a small opening take place at this point. Due to this, as we know, the pressure of fluid at this point is very much high. What will happen? The gas, real gas, or we can say the gas given to us will expand, or we can say passes through this opening and reaches here. Now, the pressure change take place. The pressure change take place, this side the pressure is high, this side we are getting very less amount of pressure. Now, it is insulated in a way that enthalpy remain constant, that means the total heat content for this air, or we can say the gas, remain constant. So, this process, if enthalpy remain constant for a given opening, if this fluid passes through this opening and reaches up to this point in such a way that pressure reduces and enthalpy remain constant, that kind of process is known as throttling process. Okay. That kind of process is known as throttling process, and as we know that in case of throttling process, enthalpy remain constant, enthalpy remain constant. That means enthalpy of gas at this point is equal to the enthalpy of gas at this point. That is why this process is also known as isenthalpic process. Isenthalpic. Isentropic is different. Isentropic is the process in which entropy remain constant, and here I am using the word isenthalpic is the process in which enthalpy remain constant. And if the enthalpy remain constant, it is said to be isenthalpic process or throttling process. Now, the behavior of ideal gas. So, this is all about throttling process. Now, about if we talk about the behavior of ideal gas, during this process, if ideal gas is there, in that case the pressure reduces, pressure at this point is high as compared to the pressure of gas or fluid at this point. When the small opening take place, this air passes through this side with the reduction in pressure and in such a way that enthalpy remain constant, because anyhow enthalpy has to remain constant, because this is the isenthalpic process or throttling process. Now, if ideal gas is there, we see that the pressure decreases from here to here, but from P v is equal to mRT, pressure decreases, temperature should also decreases. P v is equal to mRT, if the pressure increases, temperature increases, P v is equal to mRT, and if pressure decreases, temperature decreases. Pressure is proportional to T, but here the decrease in pressure take place, but the decrease in pressure take place from here to here, but temperature remain constant. This is the behavior of ideal gas. This is the behavior of ideal gas. Okay. So, we can say for the ideal gas, for its enthalpy depend on temperature only. In that case, if enthalpy remain constant, temperature remain constant, and there is no effect on temperature for the ideal gas during this process itself. So, we can say the ideal gas neither cool nor heated if the process take place at constant enthalpy. Now, if we take the example of real gas, the behavior is somewhat different as in case of ideal gas. So, we will explain from this graph, Joule-Thomson coefficient and inversion graph. So, basically we are going to have a discussion for the real gas behavior over here. Basically we are going to have a discussion for the real gas behavior for throttling process or constant enthalpy process. What we see basically, see from 1 to 2, this is opening, this one is pressure P 1, this one is pressure P 2. Real gas behavior we are going to have a discussion for that. As per Joule-Thomson coefficient, it shows the variation of temperature along with the pressure for the constant enthalpy process, as we have discussed earlier section. See, if the kind of throttling process is there for the real gas, pressure decreases, this side, pressure is decreasing, that is why we are going this side to this side. We are not going this side to this side, because if we go this side to this side the pressure increases, but in throttling process the pressure decreases from here to here, the pressure decreases, that is why we are going from this point to this point. Okay. Now, if we are going this point to this point, we see the behavior of real gas over here. How? See, if the pressure decreases here to here, from here to here, temperature increases. That means, from here to here, if the pressure decreases during throttling process, in that condition the temperature of real gas increases, the temperature of fluid increases. Now, after this point we see that with the decrease in pressure in throttling process, the pressure decreases. This is the behavior of real gas. That means, this graph shows that how temperature change take place with respect to pressure for a throttling process, or we can say constant enthalpy process. This is basically constant enthalpy line. So, we see that the first from here to here temperature increases, after which temperature decreases. Okay. Now, the slope of this curve is, if we see the slope of this curve, this one is positive, this one is having the positive value. Okay. And at this point the slope is 0, we can say, because at this point the temperature we can say remain constant, it is increasing by some amount, remain constant at some value, then again decreases. So, we can say the slope of this curve is positive from here to here, and it is negative from here to here. This slope is denoted by mu. This slope is denoted by mu. We got a point like this. Okay. If we got a point like this, for this particular point the value of mu is 0, and the value of mu is negative for this region. For this region the mu is negative, for this region the mu is positive. For this region, in between these and these 2 points, the mu is positive. Okay, because the slope is positive and here the slope is negative. Now, for a different enthalpy line, if we say, suppose for a different enthalpy line we are getting the curve like this, simply first of all with the decrease in pressure it increases, it reaches up to maximum point, and afterward it decreases. For simply third line, this is H1, this is S2, this is S3. For third enthalpy process, isenthalpic process, if we draw 3 lines for a different enthalpy in which it remain constant, enthalpy remain constant, these are constant enthalpy line. So, we see the kind of behavior of real gas in throttling process when the pressure reduces, it is behaving like this. In that condition, we can say that we are getting these point like this, these point like this, at which the value of mu is 0. So, we are getting some curve like this, we are getting some curve like this. For this curve, this point, these 3 points corresponding which the mu value is 0. That means, the slope of this curve for these points, these 3 points are 0, and this curve connecting these lines of mu is equal to 0 is known as inversion curve. Okay. This is known as inversion curve. This side, if we talk about this side, the mu is positive. If we talk about this side, the mu is negative. The slope is positive, the slope is negative. Now, the second concept comes. In the second concept, we can say that in throttling process, under negative slope, in throttling process, when pressure decreases, under negative slope condition, the temperature of gas increases. The temperature of gas increases. That means, from here in negative slope region we are talking about, in that condition, if pressure reduction take place, in that condition temperature increases. From here to here temperature increases, from here to here temperature increases, and from here to here temperature increases. Now, if the temperature increases, that is a condition of heating, that is a condition of heating. And if in the second left part, sorry, this part, if we are talking about the positive slope, in that condition for the same gas behavior, if we talk about, in that condition, after this inversion curve, after mu, after the point at which the mu becomes 0, in this region in which the mu is positive, for this region we see that if the pressure decreases during the throttling process, in that condition the temperature decreases. And if for the throttling process temperature decreases, we can say this is cooling region. Simply we can say that this is cooling region. Okay. So, we have seen that how mu related to heating or cooling. In this way we can say that for the mu is equal to slope, negative slope, the temperature increases if we reduce the temperature, if we reduce the pressure or throttling process, and for mu is equal to positive, for positive value of mu we see that it is a cooling process. When throttling process take place, or we can say with the decrease in pressure, we see that the kind of cooling is there for positive value of mu, and this value of mu is known as slope. This value of if we find out the slope of this mu, then we have a equation like this, del T upon del P, del T upon del P over the constant and enthalpy process, and this is the term which is known as Joule-Thomson coefficient, and the line passing through these points at which the mu value is 0, in that condition this curve is known as inversion curve, and the value of mu del T upon del P over the constant enthalpy process is known as we can say the Joule-Thomson coefficient. Joule-Thomson coefficient, this is the basic way of represent the Joule-Thomson coefficient for the given condition. Okay. This is all about Joule-Thomson coefficient. So, in our coming lecture, I am going to discuss more about Joule-Thomson as well as the steam as well as for the Rankine cycle itself. Okay. Thanks a lot.